It's the first Pokemon game in I don't even know how long that has tried to deviate from the formula. And let's face it, there have been so many Pokemon games and nobody can keep up. But this is the first time it feels like they've tried to do something new. And yeah, in doing so, they're trying to copy other games. It's clearly inspired by games like Skyrim and Breath of the Wild. But you know what? It's high time, in my opinion, that we got one of these games from Pokemon, because the last few generations have been really uninspired, and I don't think anybody can deny that. So the beginning half of this game was mostly just pressing A, waiting for them to finally let me play. Tutorial this, tutorial that, tutorial this. And I honestly was going to record how much of it there was, because it was like me trying to play the game for 10 minutes, and it's just me getting through the first half of the game, and I'm A. And that's what this is. We're watching the A. And I could narrate this story to you. The story of this game isn't actually that bad. We're going back in time to days before when modernized Pokemon was a thing. There aren't really Pokemon trainers. Not many people have caught Pokemon before. We fell from the sky, clearly from the future, looking strange, and we have a natural talent for catching Pokemon. I'm now able to finally play the game, and I go out to finally catch. And I gotta say, these first few minutes of playing through this game was so much fun. You can use your Pokemon with you. You can take them out of the ball, and they can help you mine rocks. And you go through hills and rivers and lakes and find all sorts of different Pokemon in their natural habitat. These are the Weasel by the riverside, and Weasel is such a cute little water dog that I just had to catch one. And there's different types of Pokemon too, so like there's obviously they didn't include every Pokemon from every game, because that's a lot. It is. And while catching them out in the wild, not all of them behave the same. Some of them you need to sneak up on, some of them you need to engage and fight, some of them you need to distract. It's kind of cool. This is the Horseshoe Plains, where there's a bunch of Ponyta, and I love Ponyta. As a kid, I always wanted one, like in real life. And that's the thing also. Yeah, it's a bummer. Like, some of my favorite Pokemon, like the little Bulbasaur, some of these Pokemon are not in this game. And I think that that's okay, because there's a lot of great Pokemon in this game. Look at that. That Rapidash off in the corner is the first alpha Pokemon I encountered. This is the first Pokemon game with an open world where you can like engage in combat with Pokemon without other Pokemon. You don't just like randomly run into Pokemon. You see them. You can dodge roll them. They'll attack you, and you can choose to run. You can run from any encounter. It's really interesting, and there's never been a Pokemon game that did that. But because of it, they had to cut some Pokemon, which is sad. But you know, a lot of my favorites are in this game, so I can't complain. Now I'm catching Wurmples. I love Beautifly and I love Dustox equally, but my plan this playthrough is to evolve one Wurmple, and whichever one the game chooses for me is going to be the one. I know you get a Beautifly by evolving Wurmple in the day, and you get Dustox by evolving one at night, but I just really like that. I like the dichotomy of the two. There's also a grove in the northern area of this wildland that at daytime is full of Beautifly and at nighttime is full of Dustox, and it's a really good place to get levels, especially if you started with Cyndaquil. I chose Rowlet. I'm Team Grass. I'm a grass type Pokemon trainer, but I'm just gonna say it, all these starters are amazing. And they all get their own unique forms. Like Cyndaquil, when evolving into Typhlosion, is actually the Hisuian region's version of Typhlosion. So instead of being a mono fire type, he's a fire ghost type. Samurott is a water dark type in this region and is really unique. And Decidueye is a grass fighting type, which is also really unique. Something else this game does is at the end of the day, you have a little meal with your best bud and with the professor, and you have hot pot, or you discuss the day, you parse out what's been happening, and you get to take a pause. I love it when games do this. It's a thing in Breath of the Wild where you take some time to cook, you take some time to rest, and then you go out on your journey. In this game, they give you a little bit of time for life. And your rival in this game, I also really like him, because old Pokemon rivals are like, I'm better than you, I'm gonna fight you. But this rival is just genuinely impressed with your talent, and he wants to learn from you. And yeah, it's corny, he's like sucking up to you, whatever. I really like the guy. And oh, okay, this quest is looking for a Weasel, and I'm like, great, I got a bunch of Weasel, that's perfect. Well, no, he's looking for a big Weasel. And I just thought this was rather funny, because I tried 3 different Weasels, and let me tell you, this guy likes them bigger than I thought, because None of my Buizels were acceptable. What have you brought me a bigger one? Yeah, okay. You want to try this one? He's pretty big. No? I love that. All right, look at us. Look at this. And the game lets you take these little cascading shots. Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy's so annoying. All right. Beautifly or Dust Ducks. Let's see where we're going. And Silcoon. So that's going to be a Beautifly. Silcoon is in the day. Cascoon is at night. So I get a Beautifly. And I honestly think it fits. Just saying. I love the meme of, do you feel confident you can battle? No. Stops. Game over. I'm sorry. I actually appreciate the way this is like past Sinnoh and the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan, but it's just so like, I'm 14 and this is deep. Okay, Drifloon is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I'm so glad it's in this, and I got it. Now we're evolving. That's another great thing about all the bug types. They evolve really early in the game, so I have a Beautifly now. I can use it. Okay, one of the cool things about this game is when you're trying to catch Pokemon, you can like snipe them from really far away like that, instead of just like press A. But now look at this guy. Now he's running away, and poof, he vanishes. Shinx. Shinx is so cute, and now he's evolving. He's Alexio, and everyone around this level, 18, 16, it's very easy to level in this game. Here we go. Star Tricks. Alright, my Ponyta is going to take out the first Alpha Pokemon, and it's a lot of experience. Another really cool thing about this game, the Alpha Pokemon system, I wasn't initially sold on, but it's an interesting dynamic, and like, usually where there's an Alpha, there's interesting locations and rare Pokemon or items. This Wordeer is really giving me Princess Mononoke moment, if any of you are fans of Miyazaki. I need to do a video on Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. Oh my goodness. I'm going to do that. It's a good reminder. Best movie, by the way. So, we're getting a little bit of story here and there. I'm going to do my best to not spoil the story of this game, because experiencing it for the first time on playthrough was actually really exciting. It was. And I've never been able to say that. Each day, each chapter, each mission, there's just a little meal. It's a little cool down moment with your bros, and that's cool. You know, it's like games like Stardew Valley, games like Animal Crossing. They give you that serotonin. This game is going for that, and I really like that. So here are the leaders. This is the Pearl Clan leader. This is the Diamond Clan leader, and they're arguing because they're always at odds with each other. One of them is all about time. The other is all about space. What's the difference, you ask? I don't know. It's tacky. I'm not into it. I'm really not. This is the commander, so you become part of the team, you know, like you go to the HQ, the missions and everything are all carried out in this headquarters hall where we're at right now, and that's what progresses the story. But it is cool because there's a ranking system. You rank up as you go, and I'm just helping these people fix their petty quabbles or whatever, but there's more to this game than just these two, and I actually don't like these two very much, but I do like the way they marry the old games into this region. And I do like the progression in this game. There's a satisfying progression of movement and terrain exploiting that you can get with each mount you unlock. You eventually get to unlock each part of the map one by one, and it's a satisfying movement. You rank up in each star, and I've never had a Pokemon game quite as satisfying as this. At least, not since I was a kid. And that's the thing. This is the most profitable franchise of all time, and it's amazing that Pokemon Sword and Shield were the highest-selling Switch games of all time when they came out, considering how low quality they were and how much was missing and how many false promises they gave. But this game makes up for all of that. I'm not kidding. I'm very happy with this game. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to play through it again. I'm gonna do a playthrough of it on my channel, so stay tuned. Maybe I'll be live. There's also an element of this game that not many people have been talking about, where they're trying to blend different gameplay styles. There are boss fights in this game, but instead of just having them be a bland Pokemon battle like we've all done, there's like a Dark Souls element. It's also very Toontown, if any of you have played in like Toontown and done any of the COG boss battles where you're like throwing pies. In this game, when you're having a Dark Souls-esque battle, you're throwing a calming bomb at like a frenzied Pokemon. And so the first half of it, until you've calmed him and weakened him enough to engage him with your Pokemon, is just you rolling, dodging, throwing, and it's very cool. And so this game has that. It has the high stakes rolling and dodging in combat, and then it also has little moments like this where you take out your team and you get to hang out with them. I got my Weasel, I got my Beautyfly, I got my Ponyta, my Dartrix, my Drifloon, and my Eevee. So my Eevee, I'm going to let her become whatever she wants also, because I really like the way Eevee can evolve and transform into any Pokemon, and I love all the evolutions, but I like to let her choose between Umbreon and Espeon, because Umbreon and Espeon are the two that evolved from happiness. The other ones are induced. So like you can give your Eevee a Water Stone and it becomes a Vaporeon. But I don't want to choose what my Eevee becomes. I want my Eevee to choose. So here's another Alpha Parasect. I engaged this guy because Alpha Parasect is really easy to kill with a Ponyta. Look at this. And it's so much experience. And because of it, we're letting our Eevee evolve. So let's see, Umbreon or Espeon. I gotta say, I do have a preference, but I'm not gonna say it beforehand because what? Yes! I love Espeon. I love Espeon so much. All right, we're at the big battle tree, and we're meeting this guy, I guess. So this is like the bug type boss, is what I gather, because this guy's got like a bug net, and you know, it's a big tree with a bunch of Combi around. So yeah, this is definitely bug types. Ooh, and there's a Scyther. I love Scyther. I love Caesar. There's something about bug types that I... This is a part of movement progression that I was talking about. The first movement progression you get is unlocking a mount. It's so fast, and he jumps really high. Look at that. And so now, all this terrain we've been exploring, it's almost unlocked a bunch of new areas, because there are places that are vertically locked off from just a walking player. But now that I have a jumping deer, and so the world opens up as you play it. There are also more mounts that you unlock as you go. You get a swimming mount that you can go to islands and such. You get a treasure hunting mount that can dig for treasure. You get a climbing mount. And eventually you get a flying mount that literally is so fun to use, because it's not like Breath of the Wild where it's a glide. It actually gains. Oh, she's testing me. I didn't get all of these fights because not all of it's that interesting. What is interesting is the way the evolutions play out with like the Diamond Clan, but like her Espeon is just weak, and his Leafeon is also really weak. I'm not entirely sure why they thought it was a good idea for so much of this game to just be talking cutscenes at you, because they're really trying to sell you a story, and that's the only way they know how to give you exposition. But it's just not that compelling to have these people being like, so, first you're going to do this, and that, and this, and that, and this, and that, and then... And they're telling me about this Lord of the Forest, Cleaver. He is enraged, and we have to calm him. But they could have done it in less words. But there he is. And this is cool, I will admit. This, I actually turned into a YouTube short because it's just... I've never had a Pokemon game that spooked me a little. It did, as he comes out. It's spooky! And this is the first Dark Souls-like boss battle. So before we can engage, in other Pokemon games, you would just throw your Pokemon, let Espeon do the work. And that's what we're doing here. I didn't get the initial part. I didn't get the initial footage of me throwing and engaging him. But what I did essentially is this. So I'm throwing my bombs at him to weaken him slightly so I can engage him with my Pokemon. And I have to roll out of the way when he charges like that. This is an easy one, so he'll stun himself when he misses. Then, I get to throw my Scyther at him so that I can engage him. Here's the problem. This was actually a pretty tough battle because all of my Pokemon are bug type, or bug flying type, and he's got Stealth Rock, which they changed in this game to just be a stealth, or just be a rock type move that does damage over time. But eventually, we're able to wean him down like this. And as you can see, his attacks are really easy to dodge. When I was younger, this kind of gameplay would have spooked me, but I actually think it's pretty easy. And then he makes a fool out of himself. And look at my Espeon. My whole team is pretty much dead, but my Espeon My Espeon. She's got this. Look at that. Oh, did she get a crit? Oh no. Oh no. I can't bear to see him hurt her. Okay, I really need to stop going for Hypnosis. It's a sleep move, and they nerf sleep in this game, and also, it never hits. And there goes your... But I'm pretty sure that I've still got Espeon left. Yeah, Espeon is my last Pokemon here. So I didn't get this whole fight, but the rest of my team basically just got one shot by this move. So that was pretty scary, but... Here we go. Alright, Espeon did enough, and I can finish him off. And that's the first boss fight. I think that's really cool. I've never had a boss fight. I remember I was on the edge of my seat doing this in live time, and I was like, wow, I can't remember the last time. I almost lost. I was at really low health. I was on my last Pokemon. I can't remember the last time a Pokemon game challenged me. And that's not a flex. I want to be challenged. But the truth is that Pokemon games have been getting easier and easier, and people have talked about it. You can't turn off EXP share in this game. Your Pokemon just level up whether you like it or not. And I'm not against that personally, but that's been a complaint. So it is hard to feign difficulty in these games. And I actually think that this new style has really allowed them to give a difficulty that they didn't before. And another thing this game does really well is it funnels items to you that it just feels good to collect and slowly grow. This town grows as you develop your skills too. And every night you get to have a little meal, a check-in. And it's like that bonfire. It's like in Dark Souls, when you sleep at a bonfire, you get a bunch of serotonin, and it wants you to keep going. That's how I feel about these little meals. A pleasant surprise, too, is this little girl giving you... It's not as interesting, but in games like Genshin Impact, you've got these things called Anemoculus, Geoculus. You basically get to go around the map, going to certain locations and grabbing little spots. And once you get them all, you get a special reward. This game introduced that. So there's exploration, and there's a reason to go to every corner of the map. And I like that. It's not that interesting, but ultimately it's not the end of the world. Again, we're getting the rival challenge, which happens in every Pokemon game, but instead of it being a smarmy little... I'm gonna beat you! It's some guy being like, help me get stronger. I'd like to learn from you. And I just like that vibe more. Maybe call me old-fashioned, but I just don't like to be insulted by randos, you know? I get enough of that online. This game gives you a free shiny Ponyta. I need to talk about this. Ponyta is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and specifically shiny Ponyta is such a beautiful recolor with blue flames. Always loved blue flames. And getting my first ever shiny Ponyta, even if it's something that everyone gets, I was so happy. I was beyond overjoyed. It's a very easy quest. You just accept it right near the entrance of the game in this town, and it's called a strange Ponyta. You go find it, you catch it, boom, he lets you keep it. And I was already using Ponyta on my team, but this solidified that I would be keeping Ponyta for the entirety of this run. And look at my whole family together. I've got a little Combee. I finally found a female Combee. I fished for them forever. And I gotta say, I really hate that male Combee can't turn into Vespiquen. But it is like in real life. I hate to say it, but that is how bees work. But yeah, finding a female Combee took forever. But now I've got my bug boys, and my Espeon, and my Ponyta, and my starter all together, just hanging out, having a good time. And after that, I beat that boss, so now I get to go on to the new space, the Crimson Mirelands, and eventually beat the new boss here. I unlock a new mount in this zone. There's a bunch of new Pokemon, a bunch of new places to go, and we meet the Team Rocket of this game. These people are pretty insufferable and pretty bad at the game, but, you know, I mean, Team Rocket is insufferable and bad at the game. They're not designed to be threatening or intimidating. They're designed to be stupid, and that's why they have stupid, silly names, and they have one Pokemon each. Look at this. Oh, damn. I was expecting him to get one-shot by that psychic thing. Well, look, he's gonna die to a Combee. He's gonna die to a Combee, and it's gonna feel bad, okay? Because nobody uses Combee. This woman is so annoying. I get that they're, like, trying to hold, like, growth, and she's warming up to us slowly, but I hate it when people need help, and then they're like, no! You can't help me! You're not good enough! You don't want to help me enough! But, you know, hubris, tale as old as time. and she's fine, ultimately. She opens up to you in, like, what, 5 seconds? This area of the game is also pretty cool, and you have the word ear, so you can go really fast, and I really like Hippopotas and Hippowdon, so it's a really cool, like, area to be, and I'm just going... Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! I forgot about that. This area of the game is pretty cool, I gotta say. And now here's Ursulana. Ursulana is inevitably going to be our next mount that we get. And this fight, I gotta say, was very tough. My team has some pretty above average Pokemon, but they're all pretty squishy. And Ursulana, I can't explain it, just really... It was a little tough. It was a little tough. It wasn't that bad. And look at this beautiful shiny. Ooh, she's gonna take it out. Easy. Easy. And now we've helped... Oh, okay. This is a strange... Yeah, so we helped Ursulana barf. But you know what? It's better than being full of sickness, right? And we do this little cool thing with each of these... I think they're like gods. I think that's a cool thing about this game, too. It's like ancient culture worshipping like spirit forest gods. And we calm them with our Pokeflute, and then they respect us enough to become our new mount. So now we've got 2 mounts. We've got the Wardeer, and we've got Ursulana. And Ursulana isn't very useful, but she can help you get treasure. And that's pretty cool. I just didn't end up using her a lot. Another thing that's really cool about this game is fast travel. You can set up camps throughout the map. You start with just the regular camp when you enter. Ooh, here comes Vespiquen. Okay, I have actually never had a Vespiquen in a playthrough of Pokemon because it's so hard to get a female Pokemon, but I finally did it. I finally did it. Just like how I am finally a published Spotify artist, Oh, I have to talk about this. I can't believe I haven't talked about this soon enough. Do you see what I'm doing with my moves? Instead of every 3 seconds having it be like, so-and-so wants to learn this, so-and-so wants to learn that. Do you want to forget a move? Do you want to do that? No. It doesn't make you do that. It doesn't make you evolve when it wants to. You get to go into your Pokemon at any point and change their moves at any point. You don't have to go to the move learner. You can change out 4 moves whenever, wherever, and it's so nice. I can't believe that it hasn't always been a thing in Pokemon. I have no idea who this person is looking back in this game. I'm watching back this footage, and I don't know who this lady is that we're saving. But I guess, congratulations, lady. We saved you. Oh, okay, this was the first outbreak I discovered. So I didn't know about this in this game. But in Generation 4 they happened, so it makes sense. And their outbreaks in 3D are just a lot cooler. It's an outbreak of Carnivine, and when you engage a battle with them, I was like, I'll engage a battle. I'll see how it works, but this is a 3-on-1, and I thought that my Scyther... Well, you'll see. My Scyther does a pretty good job. Look at that. He raises all his stats with Silverwind. And he actually did end up taking the winner. But that's the problem with how I was recording this. You guys don't want to know how much of a pain it was for me to get all this footage compiled together because I didn't use a capture card. I didn't record the whole game. Whatever. So here's the boss of the Crimson Mirelands. I really liked this boss fight, and I really like this Pokemon. It is sad, though, because this is a Pokemon you can't actually get in this generation. It's a boss, but you can't, like, catch it. And that's a shame, because I really like Lilligant. But it's a cool little dancing forest sprite boss, and I you know me, I love a grass type. This fight was probably the easiest fight. I think this was even easier than this. Some of these fights were actually kind of challenging. This one was really fun and not that challenging. And the dodgeball in this game is really good. It's got full invincibility at the start of the game. And look, I got hit quite a few times, and it's generous enough that you can get hit quite a few times. Once you've weakened her, then you can send in your Pokemon. And this one was really easy for me with my Scyther. Energy balling a bug flying type. Look how little damage that did. Nuh-uh. So she's a piece of cake. But that's the thing too, right? These games don't need to be hard. I actually did do a challenge, even though it's easy. I know that does sound weird, but there was like, look, I got hit quite a few times. I actually think I was pretty low on health by the time I ended up killing her. And again, if it's a fun challenge that is readily accessible and easy to do, and it tells a pretty cool story, it's pretty cinematic, and there's exploration involved, 10 out of 10. Great game. It really is a good game, and anybody who's telling you otherwise is just bandwagoning on being mad. Yeah, there are glitches. It was bound to happen with Pokemon taking this full 3D approach. And yeah, you can say, well, they're Game Freak. They're rich as hell. They should do better. Yeah, they should. And honestly, it's a shame that it's taken them this long to make a game this good. But you know what? I'm going to choose the beauty and imperfection, and I'm going to say this is such a step in the right direction for Pokemon. And here comes my Drifloon baby, or my Drifblim. So Drifloon is a cute little baby boy, but Drifblim is a big, lovable, cuddleable, and they're so cute. I love them so much. And another night with our besties, just talking out the day, parsing it out, and there's something you feel an appreciation and a kinship with these characters that you actually never felt in a Pokemon game because they've all been so surface level. And yeah, this is pretty surface level, but this game goes into like religion and philosophy. It does. Like, this era of Pokemon, to most people, Pokemon are almost like godlike beings. Here's a new... Okay, this was my favorite, the Cobalt Coastlands. This is definitely my favorite area. And this has my favorite Pokemon, Shellos. Shellos, Generation 4, the cute little sea slug. And another scene with the flute. I like that. I recently found my love of my flute again, so it's a cool scene. This is what sold me on going Team Pearl over Team Diamond. I also like her getup. She's got a cute little short haircut too. I also hate to say it, but I feel more of a kinship with fellow women. And this area of the game is, in my opinion, the best design because there's so many little areas that unlock as you unlock more movement. Like, there's a whole section of this game that you can't really access very well until you unlock the swimming mount. And it's the coastland, so it makes sense. And then you can swim to all these different islands. There's an island full of Shellos. There's an island surrounded by Tentacruel, which is really cool. And I don't know. It's cool seeing Pokemon in their natural habitat. You know, in all the old Pokemon games, you just walk into a patch of grass and a random Pokemon jumps out at you. But in these games, you get to, like, see a Staraptor flying around a tree. You get to see a Combee sitting out a tree. This is also a new thing in Pokemon. This is a rift. It's a dimensional rift that's created and has a bunch of really high-level Pokemon. So I saw a Rhyperior at this level, and I tried my hardest to catch him. So you're gonna watch me catch this guy, and I gotta say, I did not think that I would, but yeah, there you go. So, this is a pretty good meme. I run into quite a few Rhyperiors over the course of this playthrough. Every single one of them dies. I try to kill them. I don't know why it's so hard to keep a Rhyperior alive. Here comes my Decidueye. You get to see Hisuian Decidueye for the first time. I will say that this Pokemon is really, really cool. And I love avian, I love the avian design. I just love it. And I think this is my Shellos. Is this my Shellos? Because I do get... No! Okay, I found a little island as I was exploring, and I found an Alpha Chansey, and you didn't get to see me do the whole fight with it, but I had to stall it out with my Drifblim because it was so high level and so strong that my Drifblim was the only thing that could survive it. And eventually I caught it, so I love Chansey, and I'm really happy to get it. I gotta say, I do not like the look of a Alolan Growlithe. Yes, it's cute, but it's too cute for me. Like, Growlithe and Arcanine are those Pokemon that I find beautiful and, like, statuesque and not so much cute. This is another Pokemon that I find horrific to look at. It's based on Basculin, which is kind of normal looking, but Basculegion just... he sits uncomfortably outside the water, and he doesn't move normally. But you know what? He's a very good boy. He's a very good boy. And riding him, I will say, is what really unlocks the game. Him and Braviary, because eventually when you get to flying overhead in this game is so nice. It's nicer than most things. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I just really like to fly. Who doesn't? What's wrong with flying? Oh, something else I should keep mentioning. I haven't mentioned Arceus once. Arceus is a Pokemon that was introduced in Generation 4, and it's in this game, and you can get Arceus, but you can't until you collect all the plates. There's a plate for each type, and as you go throughout the game, you help people that give you plates, you defeat bosses that give you plates, and it's a very satisfying gameplay loop. What is not satisfying is these weird bandits who pop up out of nowhere and steal something in a cutscene where you can't stop them, even though they are so non-threatening. Had I just battled them, I would have just destroyed them. I don't know what this is. I really don't. It's supposed to be like, look at the stakes, but they're just annoying antagonists. That's what I honestly think. I just think they're annoying. And I reserve the right to say that. I'm gonna say it. Gengar has an annoying, smug grin. He's like, but now that we have Basculegion, this is where we go to the Isle of Shellos, and there's an Alpha Staraptor attacking us that you can throw items at Pokemon too, like you can throw rocks, and you can throw berries to distract them, and that's really cool. And while you're getting attacked, you can try to catch him with Shellos. You know, you don't get lumped. And there he is! I got him! Oh, he's so cute! Oh, look how cute he is! Oh, my real life Shellos. She's angry too. Look, and now we're getting Gastrodon. Gastrodon is one of my Pokemon. I can't explain it, but most of the time it's like a cool as a pink Gastrodon. Sometimes I get off. This one I really wanted a blue one. Here's an Alpha Machoke that I saw in the Coastlands that I really wanted to fight and catch, but they have this weird thing where they always use double edge to kill themselves with recoil. An Alpha Tentacruel in water I had to catch because Tentacruel has historically been one of my favorite Pokemon. And I also just love the idea of sending out a Ponyta versus a Tentacruel. Like, let's appreciate this moment. How stupid is that? And the poor Ponyta is on a little surfboard. Imagine this in the Pokemon anime. I would be called such a bad Pokemon trainer. I would. But this is so... And so we get to swim to the volcano, find Growlithe, because the bandits defeat them easily because they have terrible Pokemon. And it's time for another boss. This boss was actually quite hard. I did have to retry, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, but it was the first boss that I had to retry. And I also think it's because this boss has an arena that's a lot more limited than the other ones. Oh, here we go. Oh, the bandits are at it again. Here we go, Corn. This Toxicroak I actually am so sick of because he's so easy to beat. And then bam. I actually need to campaign for trainers to stop using rock ground Pokemon, because rock ground Pokemon just die in one hit to water types, and everyone has a water type, and they also die in one hit to grass types, and everybody has a, well, everybody cool has a grass type, I should say. Everybody has water type, but the cool people all have grass types. And here we go, he evolved! Oh my god! He found his joy! It's cute. It's cute. I'm not gonna make fun of it. And this is a game for children, and it manages to tell a story that's not too superficial, so I'm gonna consider that a win. And now we get to see Growlithe stand up for himself, and that's very cute. And look at him stand up for his boy. And look at this big, angry boy. The Lord, the little Lord. That's a cute little I mean, that's also, this is an era of Pokemon where not many people understand Pokemon, and alpha Pokemon are worshipped as deities, which is kind of like how in the past we had forest gods with the faces of animals. So I like that. It's actually a kind of spiritual Pokemon game. And this is a canonical lord of this Cindersnap Island. And we're engaging him and trying to tell him. I'm not actually sure if I know what is causing this fury. I think it's just like general, like, I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of dodging to do. This fight, like I said, I had to retry because I ultimately was getting hit a lot. Like right here, this dodge was specifically one that I missed the timing on multiple times. But eventually I got good at it. One thing that's nice about it is you can't roll into the lava. It looks like you can, but it won't let you. So I was trying to be really careful to avoid the lava, but I didn't have to. And that's good at least. And I think we finish it with a snipe, which is also pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. That was a 3-pointer. You get a cutscene like this for every single encounter, and I like it. And they slowly deglow and they calm, and you feel the respect. And it feels good to be respected, whether it be real or not, you know? And it also does feel good to dump on those stupid bandits, even if they're annoying and get way too much screen time in this game. Do you remember when Pokemon used to say their name? Yeah, well, they tore that out the window real fast when they realized that all these names were getting more and more ridiculous. Like, could you imagine a Pokemon going, Decidueye! Decidueye! Gastrodon! Also, I will say, this game kind of beats you over the head with the whole, like, I respect you so much, stranger. I'm just like a little girl compared to you. You make me feel like I don't even know what to say because I'm so inadequate and I gotta toughen up to be like you. Like, yes, I appreciate it, but it's also, they beat you over the head with it. Like, your rivals like that, the Pearl girls like that. There's a lot of people who are our stans, that's all I'm gonna say. Including this guy who makes us food every night. He's like a huge fan of us, which is cute. You can like visit him in the town. And it's like Fire Emblem Three Houses, where it's like a hub world that slowly develops as you move through the game. And I hope that becomes a trend moving forward in gaming, because it's really cool as I explore more Pokemon and complete more quests, there are more hairstyles, more shops open, little things like that. Eventually you can start a farm on your own property, which is awesome. I mean, it's pretty basic. You can only grow certain types of harvests. Oh, here's this character. This character is so insufferable. And I'm sorry, but that hat, no. That hat is a no. It's a no from me. This guy's face. He's like... I gotta say, the character designs are pretty iconic. They have like silhouettes, they've got colors, they've got attitude. I like them. I like this guy's design a lot, and I also like his smug approval of you to spite this hateful woman who hates you. She's like, which is such a tired trope of like rival who is clearly threatened by you but treats you as if you don't matter. Alright, let's watch the Queen Bee in action. Okay, one weird thing about this game is how gang-up battles happen on you all the time, where just an additional Pokemon joins the battle and just gets to go again. And trainers do it to you too, but no battle is hard enough to make it like really good help, unless it's in the Dimensional Rift. The Dimensional Rifts that happen with high-level random Pokemon and items can be pretty tough. Ooh, here we go. Now we're finally getting to level my Ponyta. My God, is this a beautiful Pokemon. Look at this. Oh, and it goes from that like cobalt, no, from that like teal blue to like a little bit more of washed like purple blue. And it's just so pretty. Look how pretty she is. I love her. This guy freaks me out. Like, just the way he looks, he's just... I'm sorry, I don't mean to profile, like, he's allowed to look that way. It's just, it's a little freaky. Look at my team. This is the updated team so far. They've gotten so big. I remember when they were all tiny. Remember when that was just a Combee and a Drifloon and a Ponyta? Oh, here's a Magneton that joined the battle. Our Gastrodon is being hidden behind. Our Vespiquen is being hidden behind the beautiful horse. Here's the Coronet Highlands. So, I don't think I showed you, the cascading effect when I opened the Iceland. Maybe I did. But yeah, this is, I think, the final area. Or maybe Iceland is the final area. Either way, this is another cool part of the game. That a lot of it opens up once you get a mount that lets you climb. Then you get a... Oh yeah, I think this is the second to last. The last is the Icelands. This is the area where you get the climbing mount, and then the Icelands is where you get the flying mount. Right. Also, I'm sorry, this woman has a skunk tank. Like, if that is your Pokemon of choice, you need to get a new life. I'm sorry, you do. She had one Pokemon, it was a skunk, and it died immediately. What a loser bitch. I'm sorry, but she was being so stank-faced, being, like, rude to me. No. You and your stunk gank can go away. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand the motivations for either of these characters and them helping me, but I'm sure we will understand as we go ahead, right? And this is probably the Pokemon game that I can think of with the most named characters that actually, like, matter and contribute to the plot in a while. And, you know, I think there's something to be said about that. There's a cast of characters in this game. When's the last game that you can think of a whole cast, besides, like, the gym leaders, the Elite Four? I actually appreciate the battles that this guy likes to have. He likes to test our strength. This game also has a cool battle mechanic where you can, once your Pokemon's mastered a move, you can do a strong style and you can do a weak style. And also, battle is set by default, so after I killed his Pokemon, his Gliscor came in and attacked me before I could switch my Ponyta. Just something to keep in mind. Interesting stuff. But yeah, so I can do a fast move version of a move that's slightly weaker, but it'll move faster. Or I could do a slow version that is a little stronger, but it's a little slower. And so I used an agile style flash cannon so that I didn't get hit first. And I just think that's pretty cool. Also, I guess I could also use magic. And I'm sorry, why are you obsessed with Electrode of all things? Electrode is such a lame Pokemon. I'm gonna just stand by it. I do not like that Pokemon. This is the deity that we're fighting now, and this fight was also really tough, as you can see, because these explosions, they home in on you, and you're constantly rolling around. I also had to retry. It was really annoying. I can't explain it, but we get through it. Electrode was a pretty weak Pokemon. Although Grass Electric, it's because it's a Alolan Electrode. And I think you can catch this one. Maybe you can catch all of them and I just do kind of lazy. Maybe I still can. Oh, I want her to stop talking. Oh, if only she would stop talking. I actually like the way he counteracts her. Here's another Rhyperior. So, do you think we're going to be able to get him? Because he's asleep and he's got no health. Nope, he breaks free. Please don't do double it. No! They're always killing themselves. Why can't Rhyperior survive? Whatever. It's another night of rest, which is... I didn't get a lot of footage of the Icelands. I'm also trying to not actively spoil it. And this boss fight is pretty cool. I did also have to restart this one because the arena is so small. You essentially will have to just learn his telegraphs if you don't want to have to do that restart, but it's a cool game, it's a cool fight. Now this fight is pretty easy when it comes down to it, but what's wrong with that? You know? There's nothing wrong with a good, easy time. And right there, I think I was one hit away from dying. So, I mean, I certainly had fun, and I think that is the last of these in this game. I'm not sure. I'm actually really excited to play through this game again when I get the chance, because it was really cool. I haven't played a game this cool. That's not true. But it kind of reminds me of a lot of what I've seen of Elden Ring. Not that Elden Ring is going to be like this, because this is like baby's version, but the game is open world with mounts and mobility and bosses and dodge rolls. I don't know, it's definitely a deviation for Pokemon. I even think some of these characters are likable, which is saying something for Pokemon, because you've met some of them. Here is Braviary. This is where the game is just feel good. And yeah, it's a little broken. I mean, you can jump on Braviary when you're being attacked by a Pokemon, and you can just... But it's really satisfying. Okay, watch this. So I wasn't ready, and... so I didn't know this would happen, but I leaped into the air as I mined, and then a Geodude engaged as I was going up in the air, and it dismounted me, and I died. I was so not ready for that. But, you know, it was a good meme. That is the only time that happened to me. But yeah, if you want to avoid that, just don't go for the jumping rocks while you're mounting, because you can just grab and go. You know, I like to dismount off the Braviary, throw a Pokemon, and then mount back up as it harvests the mining. But if it's a jumping rock, that means something's going to jump out at you. No, it means a Geodude's going to jump out at you. Nothing else jumps out. It's not that exciting. This is my Chansey evolving. And I gotta say, Chansey is looking pretty good. Look how thick she's looking. We like them thick. We like chunky. This is also a pretty cool, like, just, it gives a good vibe as you ascend, the blinding light you walk into. It certainly feels like I'm preparing for something big, and I am. I'm preparing to finish the game. There's been a huge rift at the center of the map, basically the entire time, that has been unexplained, and now we're going to it, and we're trying to resolve it, and that's cool. There's a sense of grandiosity. We're in Sinnoh Temple, you know? And then we have a pretty interesting fight. You get to see my Steelix in action. I have always had a soft spot for Steelix. I love the Pokemon. I actually even like Onix, but Onix is really bad. But yeah. This, I have a policy whenever I see them use a potion, I allow myself to use a potion. Because they use potions so much, and they use full restores, and it's, you know, well, rude. Okay, I love Scizor. There's something about this Pokemon that I adore. And so if you saw there, I got to go twice in a row. That's because I'm not sure how the speed of these games work, but he killed one of my Pokemon, and I come in and finish the turn that my Pokemon would have taken with a Swords Dance, and then we start the next turn, and Scizor's faster. So I Swords Dance close combat before his Snorlax could do anything. And this is the only Pokemon game where that kind of thing can happen. And I think that's kind of cool. It also makes speed more important. You know, speed has always been important in Pokemon, but I guess it's more important now. Are you ready, Lyra? No. Game over. Credits. That could have been it. Just saying. That could have been what I did. I love my little sandals. I am that girl that would just wear sandals to this. I got Palkia. I think I forgot to record catching Palkia and encountering Palkia, so at this point we have just encountered Palkia, we catch him with the special Pokeball, and now fire in my laser! That's what this is. I know that's cringe, but oh my goodness. That's actually a kind of cool design for Dialga, not gonna lie, but it's a little much. Okay, yeah, no, this is the last fight. I should have said. This is also a pretty cool penultimate fight, but because the arena is so open, this is actually a little easier, I want to say, than the last fight. But I will say, the telegraphs, like that means you just actually witnessed me get hit like 3 times in a row, but I was still able to make it through. And now we get to watch them all react to my successes. Can't be bothered. Look at me. I'm effortlessly gorgeous, effortlessly iconic, saving the world, destroying the rift, destroying gods, bow before Lyra, slayer of worlds, eater of demons, chamber of secrets. So now, I took a bit of a detour to explore the Iceland, and I wanted to go on an alpha hunting trip, and I found an alpha Frostlass. So I thought this was a pretty cool little ice cave in the Icelands that I went into, and catching that Frostlass was really awesome. I also found a dimensional rift, and these dimensional rifts just pop up. I honestly am thinking about finding them because you get really good items, and I caught an Oshawott, and I decided I hadn't been using my Decidueye in a while because I wanted to use Roserade, and so I let Oshawott on my team, and I also got to unlock a Alolan Vulpix. You saw that little diagram. That's how you do the quest. You just have to go find 5 of these, and then he gives you one. And Alolan Vulpix is my favorite Pokemon, I gotta say. It's so cute. I found an Alpha Garchomp that I really wanted to catch, and I spent so long. You have no idea how long I spent trying to catch this boy, but I just really loved Garchomp, and I didn't want to spend the time trying to level him up all this much, because leveling up Pokemon is really hard to corpse run at it, and I can't explain why. Well, I caught the Garchomp. No thanks to you. Oh, And also I was leveling Pokemon as I was doing this. Finally I'm doing my Gardevoir. I had to. I caught this Ralts and it was so late game and it was so low level, but I was like, I had to. I love me some Gardevoir. Not as much as the internet. So this is the final battle with that weird flipping guy, but you know, it's pretty fun. I get my whole team in action. I wish I had shown the whole battle though, because it was pretty challenging. And we've got, I'm pretty sure this isn't actually the battle where I won. I'm pretty sure I lost here. You're watching me, I went in with a little bit of hubris going into this fight, thinking it's like, oh, I got this guy, because I had never struggled with him before. Yeah, okay, we're looking at another attempt. My Rose Raid had bad luck. I love Rose Raid, but I would miss with Sunspore, and maybe it's just me, but maybe status effect takes that a lot worse in this game. I probably should have Swords Danced here, because even a strong style one, is it gonna kill this? Oh, it did. Oh, it was a crit. Well, see, I knew I was gonna crit. That's... Of course. Okay, well that was a bad choice. Oh no, it wasn't. Fire Punch. What? He has Fire Punch? I thought I was going to close combat this guy, and that's the thing, he got to attack before I got to attack. Yeah, I think the play here is Lucario. Yeah, Lucario's the play. Because Lucario's just so much better than he has any business being. Like, he has no business being as strong as he is. Yeah, that's going to one-shot a Snorlax. Snorlax has all this defense, but it don't matter. I'm pretty sure Lucario went down, but it's time for Yep, it's time for a Garchomp sweep. Garchomp is so big. Look how big this boy is. Alright, Garchomp, let's see what you can do. Esperwing, that's a move. A crit did that little damage. Damn. My Garchomp is thick. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Garchomp just one-shot him with Outrage. So like I said, I wish I had recorded this run better. I'm going to try to get a whole run actually fully recorded, because I've really been enjoying Pokemon runs. Now you can see me as I am in post-game, and I'm getting me a Regigigas. And I gotta say, this is probably the easiest encounter ever. And it was one of the easiest legendaries to deal with in OG Platinum. So it's only fitting. Oh, kitty, come here. My Pokemon. Regigigas is just not that threatening. And somehow he's like smaller than Garchomp. But then again, everything is smaller than Garchomp. I love little Rose Raid. Rose Raid's just this tiny little flower girl. And, you know, Regigigas might actually be good in this game because there are no Pokemon abilities. And Regigigas is always one of those Pokemon, he had really good stats, but he was held back by just having a weirdly bad ability. Blank plate. That's my brain. My brain is that. Isn't that hashtag relatable? I'm so funny. I'm self-deprecating now. I wonder how these characters feel never changing their clothes. We did it! No, I did it. You guys just watch. Okay, Cresselia is one of my favorite Pokemon. She's just really cool. I can't explain why I love her so much. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Fairy type is OP. Like, Fairy type is really good. Oh, I also caught an Alpha Gliscor. I didn't record it, but that's because my Switch was running out of space. But Gliscor is one of those Pokemon I've always loved it. Look at my team. Okay, so this is at the point where I actually ran out of space to record. So now you're only going to see just little snippets of my team right before I go into the end. But look at these big boys all hanging out. And this guy, okay, I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's the worst. I love my big team of biggins, and I had a really good time playing through this game, and I hope I was able to adequately express why I think this game is beyond just good, but a good direction for Pokemon to go. And as a gamer girl, it excites me because I hope that more Pokemon games are like this, or at least more games follow this approach of switching up the formula. We've had years and years of the same games, and I'm excited for change. Change, I love it. And I also love the way this is the first time I've ever been able to have my full Pokemon team just on display, just hanging out with them, just like, and I have a whole little montage of my team as I went through the game, and I can look back on it, and I'm so glad that I have that because it's adorable. And that's what Pokemon's about. And it always has been about appreciating nature, if you think about it. And it's been so long, and this is the first Pokemon game where you really can appreciate nature. Unless you count Pokemon Snap, but I don't because it's not a game, it's like a slideshow game. This is a game where you can explore the beautiful world of Pokemon, and I absolutely love it. And this is a long video, so I'm going to end this here. I think I will do more gaming content in the future, and if you like this sort of content, let me know down below. Comment, like, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell. I know you want to. I know you wanna. Have a good one. Bye.